Is it just me, or does anybody else feel like being a teacher should be classified in the mental health department? I think we definitely have reached way past time for teachers to require some kind of psychology or sociology degree before they're allowed to deal with other growing humans for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's just me. Because, again, they're dealing with growing human beings who don't have fully developed brains yet. So there's going to be behaviors. Not to mention, things could be happening at home to these kids. Things could be going on neurologically, developmentally with these kids. And these teachers are in over their fucking heads, been in over their fucking heads. Okay. Yes, their primary job is to educate, teach, whatever that looks like for them. But they're still dealing with growing humans. They're dealing with human beings who have behaviors that need to be understood. Okay. I'm not saying they need a whole psychology degree, but there should be a level of training that these teachers are required and should continue to be required, like continuing education credits for them to continue being an educator or a teacher. Because a lot of the shit that some of these teachers are allowed to do and say and conduct themselves, not okay. Not okay. And it's not there's a fine line between, oh, I'm just a teacher, I'm just an educator, and I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist. But at the same time, again, you're growing with human beings 6, 7, 8 hours of your day who cannot fend for themselves, right? I don't know, just something in me don't sit right with teachers not being required to have that level of a degree or having a certain amount of education when it comes to the mental and emotional well-being of a human, yet are allowed to deal with and handle and discipline and make certain decisions regarding these growing humans, these growing children, and not have the certain education to make such judgment calls. It's just me. Because, see, the level of that ain't my fucking problem type of attitude a lot of these teachers have is unfucking acceptable. A lot of these teachers cause way more trauma. A lot of these kids are having traumatic educational experiences because their teachers are fucked up in the head. They're coming there just for a paycheck. And I, for the life of me, do not understand why a person would want to become a teacher if you actually do not like students. You don't like children. See, teaching is not one of those jobs where you can just do it for the money, because the money is crap. So if you are not genuinely and wholehearted invested in a child as a whole, not just teaching them 4 plus 4 equals 8, if you're not wholeheartedly invested in seeing the best for a child, why the fuck are you a teacher? Why the fuck are you a substitute teacher? I don't get it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about a teacher who's fed up or who's just had too much on their plate and they explode, they have a moment. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the motherfuckers who come to school every fucking day with an attitude, don't like the fucking kids, just sitting there collecting a paycheck. The fuck is wrong with you? Why are you here? There's just got to be some kind of mental and emotional or psychological assessment for these people to be dealing with children, one of the most vulnerable populations there is. There's got to be some kind of assessment, something that they have to be, some kind of benchmark, something to where they can be held accountable for their mental and emotional damage that they be causing to these kids. And the kids don't be half knowing, because a lot of them are just blindly taught to just do whatever the fuck an adult says and think, oh, just because it's an adult, it's okay. A whole nother video. But there has to be. There has to be something. There has to be something put in place so that we are better placing adults who are responsible for so much of what our children experience in their educational world. We just got to do better. There needs to be some serious change.